Markers reset, ball at the 37. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Lays out, what a catch! He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle, they showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
And he's able to push this down to the 12. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They'll throw it. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. And the Bengals are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Now that right there, that is rising to the occasion in the red zone, partner. Could have saved 3 points there. Heck, maybe twice that with that interception.
You know, these defenders, they're willing to bend and bend. These offenses are so good in this league, and they know how critical the red zone is. And when you get an interception like that, you just break. You break the will of that offense and the confidence, and those are big time. You're right. Put some points on the board for that defense with that effort.
1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go.
Back-to-back carries here. And he's brought down for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Putting a receiver in motion. Out of the shotgun, Fields. Okonkwo brings it in. They get 22 on that one. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play. Just
got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! But I think someone on the Bengals got back on top of that one, and yes, they did. Bengals football. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock, but now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble. They just forced.
They do. Got to bring a little bit of juice, but kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know, man, if I get that first cut, I can make him bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next.
Couldn't find Jamar Chase on that throw. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Here we go, son.
Another throw for Fields. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down. The Bengals send out the punting unit. And we'll see how his debut offering goes. Only punted once in last week's loss, and he gets this one away. Broke through the tackle, and he's going to get a modest amount on that return before he ends up out of bounds. 34 yards on that punt, and it'll be Raider football. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And this throw is knocked away, incomplete. Trying to force one through there. And that'll bring up second down.
You know, ball skills, they're not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
Second and 10 now. Diving right side, got it! And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. It's a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So it's second down coming up.
See the pass, time up your hit, and jar that ball loose. Not a lot of players are hanging on through a well-placed hit like that one.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. He'll throw it yet again. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Timing is everything in life, and timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Back to throw. That sails over his target, incomplete, and now it's fourth down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And this hits at the 4 before taking a bounce into the end zone. That's a touchback. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line.
Here we go,
First down throw for Fields. He's going deep this time. He intercepts the pass. And the Raiders get it back after a marvelous defensive effort. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away, just as they did. Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
Another throw coming on second and 10. And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made. Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. He's back to throw. And this falls incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he can take the lid off a defense at any time.
Here comes the final play of our first half.
Here we go.
One final shot before halftime. On the move, headed right. On the run right, throwing deep down the side. This has been a trend, yet another interception. Picked off by the rookie from Alabama. And the Raiders are stopped on that return, so that interception is going to be the final play of this opening half. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So following the return, looks like somebody's shaken up. Trainers have to determine how severe this may be. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Oh no, they get him yet again. Jordan Battle with the INT. And the Bengals take over on his 5th interception of the season. And it doesn't matter who gets that ball to start the second half because he picks it off on the very first play.
I wonder at halftime, down there in that locker room on the whiteboard, if that defensive coaching staff just said simply, go get the ball. It's exactly what they do, and it totally changes the complexion of this second half.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Don't jump. Ready?
Give now to the running back. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's 1st and goal. Motioning one of the tight ends. Now it's Fields. And that one's incomplete, but boy, are they lucky it wasn't intercepted. That was a risky shot, but fortunately, they still have 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
So the incompletion on 1st, here's 2nd and goal. Shotgun snap to Fields. Offense up to the line fast. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts, as that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Fields out of the gun. Escapes the pocket. And he will score. It's a Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals push their lead further to start the half. It's a Justin Fields touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. He's finally caught, and he lost the football. Oh, no, it's out! And now the Bengals have it. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. 1 play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10.
Here we go, son.
Throwing now, following the turnover. He's on the move. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a 1st. That's 16 on the pickup. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on them.
Here we go.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Here's a give up the middle. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Good.
Fields looking to throw. Finds his man, Chase. It's a gain of 22. And it'll be first down, Bengals.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Go.
Plowing up the middle. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, once we saw them on a collision course with one another, we know how inertia works. The bigger man, he wins.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Here we go, son.
Back to the well again. And he has this one down to the 8-yard line.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4.
Here we go.
Throwing from the gun here. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals grow their lead off the turnover. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all at this point expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll throw to begin this drive. And they pick him off again! Picked off by Julian Love.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Markers reset, ball at the 37.
Here we go, son.
Simple dive up the middle. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the Raiders' 38-yard line.
Here we go.
They give it to him again. Cuts right. And he runs this one down across the 35 and inside the 30. A strong 9-yard effort there, Brock, and it brings up 3rd and 1.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
He finds Woods. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the 1st.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Here Here we go.
They'll run here on first down. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on second down.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down, just get to a manageable third down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
Here we go. Tonight.
Going to the ground again on first. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
He was brought down at the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 7 and 8.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Here we go. Tonight.
Handoff now out of the gun. And he's going to advance them down to the 4-yard line.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15+ at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2.
Here we go. Tonight.
From the gun, here's a handoff. And this time they won't surrender anything. They wrap him up at the line. They stop him just short and force a 4th and 1.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
And on 4th down, out comes the Bengals field goal team and Evan McPherson. This is a chip shot from the left hash. Butker knocks it through. And a fairly insurmountable lead grows by 3 more.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Evan McPherson, the kickoff for Cincinnati.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's the handoff. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Well, Kate, a 2-yard run on first down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule, but you're going to have to pick up the pace.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 32. His quick throw knocked away, incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Dropping back to throw. That's caught for the 1st. Now here he goes, down the right sideline. And he's in, touchdown. The Raiders put at least a tiny dent into that lead. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
That one splits the uprights. And the Raiders take 7 points off the deficit.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Hand off to the back. And he's brought down after a short gain. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Here we go.
Another carry for him. And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. 5 yards on the play. They could just do that again. 3rd and 2 coming up.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
Here we go, son.
Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's out of bounds after reaching the 40. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
Hey, let's get those next-gen stats out here, Kate. See just how far he had to run between the snap of the football and when he finally got the throw. Did a beautiful job of settling down into zone coverage, even though it took him a whole lot.
And he'll bring it into the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals stretch their lead on the final play of the 3rd. So great work by the running back there, Brock. Found just a little bit of space, and he took advantage all the way for 6.
Big time. I mean, so big time. You know, and you hear running back coaches, Kate, say this. They'll say slow to explode through. And he explodes all the way for the touchdown.
Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. This one, well, it has been a rough watch for the hometown guys. Their side getting blown out as we begin the 4th.
Evan McPherson, the kickoff for Cincinnati.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
Finds him on the slant. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. They'll try and throw it here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
It's pretty impressive, isn't it? They built this type of lead for themselves because that's actually, Kate, their first sack of the game. And that's why smart front offices and complete teams build a well-rounded roster. That way, if a core component like the pass rush today isn't there, well, the other areas of the team pick each other up.
That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. Try getting that one to Brock Bowers. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. Not a lot of cover guys who can match up with them in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Let's go now. 79 Broncos.
They motion the slot man right. 3rd and long for him here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up fourth down. Las Vegas sends out the punt team. Getting about 50 yards of boots so far, and here's another quality effort. Breaks the tackle, still going. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. New series coming up following the punt. And they're going to take over possession. Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10. Spears trying this straight ahead. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to leave him with 3rd and 3.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Don't jump. Ready?
Fields now on 3rd. He's going to push one deep down the road. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Raiders are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
You know, Kate, once you've thrown a couple picks, it's easy to become check down Charlie. Right? Just throw it underneath and not take any more risk because you don't want to throw what he just did, his 3rd interception of the game. It's time to protect the football at all costs. And if not, well, that backup better get ready.
To throw it on 1st down. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Pass play now. Finds him over the middle. Rolling into enemy territory. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
I can guarantee you that's going to be in Tell the Truth Monday right there in the film room, front and center, showing you the importance of tackling in the open field. An opportunity to cut him down sooner, but the broken tackle allowed him to add those extra yards to the catch.
Working inside the red zone. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone.
Red zone defense, it is a part of the practice week at least twice, Thursdays, Fridays, even tuning it up on Saturdays, because it's all about protecting in the red zone. And not only protecting points, but taking the ball away, that is a gold star effort by the defense.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. Oh, putting him in the spin cycle. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine. And that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Spears running behind center. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Right up the gut. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they need the same now here on 3rd down. Play action, Fields. Bails out of the pocket quick. Completes this one to Chase. And they make the stop, we're going to say at about the 37-yard line. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. On first down, they'll run. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Vegas. Bengals on their way to their third win of the year. All right, here we go. Second down.
Here we go. You good?
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll take it ahead down to the 33. He gets a half dozen on the carry. That's also going to bring up 3rd and 6.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. T. Higgins, the intended receiver. So they're left with 4th down here. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first. As they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. Evan McPherson on for the Bengals field goal. He'll try to connect on a 50-yarder. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. Thought he had a chance to block it, but he ends up wiping out the kicker instead, and that's going to award their offense a first down. You hate to see this on 4th down for that defense, roughing the kicker, and now they've got a first inside the red zone. They'll run here following the penalty, and he's brought down for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Here we go.
Here's Spears on the carry. And he manages to reach the 19 before he stopped. It's only a gain of 1. Back-to-back misfires on the ground, and they're facing 3rd and long. Off play action, it's Fields. And they pick him off again! Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Oh man, Brock, they decided to air it out in pursuit of a touchdown that time, but it's intercepted, and the visit to the red zone comes up empty.
And that one stings, Kate. It really does. You have a limited opportunity of looks in that close, particularly as we get through the second half. But once you get, you have to finish with points.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. And that was just a little bit too low to be brought in. Not on the same page with his tight end. So it'll be 2nd down. He's going to throw this. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. And now the Bengals have it. And the defense piles on at the end here as they take it back for the touchdown. The Bengals are running them out of the building. Really smart play from him there, Brock. Not just to fall on the football, but to take it in for the score.
Yeah, a word we don't normally use with D linemen a lot, quickness, right? Usually the corner skill guys,
Yep.
but he was quick, man. He downshifted in a hurry for 6.
That one right down the middle. And the Bengals continue piling on to this lead.
Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. Return coming from the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped.
Their own 34-yard line.
They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They send a man in motion. Throwing now on 1st down. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Second and 10 now. Dumps it off to his running back. Running down the left side. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its 2nd. Still one more in their pocket to use. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. First and 10, looking to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
Throwing it again here. He has the touchdown. Now this one has been a long game, no doubt. But hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate, and I know that
Yeah.
sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. Offense liked how that play went, so they choose to decline the penalty.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. It's victory formation the rest of the way for the Bengals, who take a knee.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So the Bengals take this one on the road. And this was the type of response you always hope to see after a loss, Brock. Get right back out there and find a way to win the following week. So for Brock Heward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Bengals emerge as winners as we bid you farewell from Las Vegas.